Okay, we start recording right now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our class. How was the tutorial?
Decent. We went over 9 questions as far as I can remember, so it wasn't bad at all.
So I asked the TA. He sent me the question that he will solve for students. I asked him to, put some question that would be very helpful to solve the assignments 1 and 2. So I hope that our objective is achieved in this tutorial for those who attend.
So I have a question regarding assignment 3 and 4. Are we going to get it in the same manner that we did for assignment 1 and 2, or would they be separated?
No, it will be separated. If you go to the course plan, they will be posted in different days.
Okay, because okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Because
I put a course plan. If we would change, it will be few days changes for the, because I put the tutorial, the other 2 tutorials date, when the assignment will be released and when the assignment will be due. Let's go to it. And also I put the date for also, let me open it. Okay. Just give me a sec. Okay. So I will share my screen in a bit. Oh. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, guys. So we release assignment 1 and 2. We release the term paper. As I mentioned, the presentation will be started on March 11th. The presentation will be started in March 11th. I believe each group, they receive the announcement for the latest update of the spreadsheet, and they know their timing and when they will start. Today, February 25th, you receive the tutorial session. Tomorrow will be quiz 1. March 1st, which is Monday, will be the due date for the submitting assignment 1 and 2, 5 minutes before midnight. March 5th, assignment 3 will be released. This could be amended a bit because next week I will make an announcement, or the tutorial session will be a normal class. So like March 5th is next Friday. We might have it on the same day. March 11th, tutorial session will be delivered by TA. March 12th, quiz 2 will be conducted. March 15, the due date for assignment 3. March 19, assignment 4 will be released, which is the last assignment in this term. March 25th, tutorial session will be delivered. and March 26th, quiz 3, March 29th, due date, and the last quiz will be April 9th before the final exam, and April 13th, the last day in the term, by 5 p.m., the due date to submit your term paper. So here I want you to differentiate, guys. In your presentation, it's the presentation, but you don't have to submit your final report. Due to some question you might receive in the presentation, that could be helpful to add some topics to your term paper. So these are the like approximate date. If we need to change something for any reason, we will go through it. Next week, in Thursday, I will make an announcement. The tutorial session will be a normal class. We'll have 3 hours of class or 2 hours. It depends on how much material and the heaviness of the material. And then Friday, we'll have a 2 hours of class. So I believe we'll do a good progress. Then the remaining handout will be a bit simple and easy for all of you. So this is regarding the course plan. You will find it in OWL in resources, and in the course overview, you will find the course syllabus or the outlines and the term plan.
Sir, you mentioned that we don't have to submit the term paper. What exactly do you mean by that?
You don't have to submit your term paper in your presentation day, but
okay.
April 13th is the due date for term paper.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean that you have to submit. Some of the instructor, they make it after your presentation, the same night you have to submit your term paper. No, I'll make it one deadline for all. So all they have enough time to do their term paper. Next week, I will put like in assignments, the term paper link. Those who are done and they are satisfied, they can submit it as early as they can. But the deadline is April 13th.
So my question is, if the presentation dates are before the submission dates, and I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the term paper's focus is the presentation itself? Or would it be a different topic?
No, no, I'll upload the details maybe this weekend. What is the format, what is required, how many pages. I will post all this information, how to do your citation for references. There is a mark for a presentation, and the presentation mark are individual. And
so we'll have a presentation and a term paper, so separate 2 parts for the
each term paper you should present that topic like a presentation,
PowerPoint
and a PowerPoint, and a detailed term paper should be submitted by the end of term about that topic.
Gotcha. Okay, now I understand.
Okay, and the format, the structure of your paper, I will post it, the format, how you will do it. For the presentation, you have 15-minute presentation. So each student will talk about certain topic in the presentation, or if you have example, he will explain an example. Then you will leave almost 5 to 10 minutes of questions. Each student, don't tell me that I did this part, so I can answer question regarding this part only. No, you have to understand the topic, and you should be able to answer any question in the presentation. It's a group project, so you should be aware about the whole group what you did together. And by the way, during the presentation day, each student will present live in Zoom. And you can share your screen, or one student will share a screen. And once your turn come, like you, Miti, from slide 6 to slide 8, you will present. Once you do, or you will share your screen, you can manage it as a group between each other. So for the term paper and the presentation, all instruction will be released at least 1 week before the first presentation. So before March 4th, all the instruction will be released. Just work in your topic right now and in your presentation. Now, for assignments, any question regarding assignment, you can ask the TA. And guys, excuse me, when I give you an assignment, don't send me an email, is this will be considered full mark or not? Okay, you have the full right to ask. If you don't understand anything, tell me that I have a problem like with pumping lemma. Can I have this question? However, before each assignment and the quiz, that's why I make the tutorial immediately before the deadline of the assignment and before the quiz. So you can ask whatever you want, and it's our responsibility, myself and the TA, to answer any question. Either you come in Wednesday for the office hour, you have the link for office hour in the course outlines, or you can come to the tutorial session and ask, or during the class, I don't mind. Now, I will talk about the quiz now. Now, the quiz format for tomorrow. The first instruction, I will release it right now after the class. The first thing, you have to open your webcam. You have to open your webcam. I will record the session, but it will not be published in the YouTube for privacy issues. It just, I need to show the accreditation, the university accreditation program, that it was a proctored assessment. Okay, guys? So please open your webcam. And mute your mic. During the quiz, the quiz will be 2 parts. The first part, I mentioned that many times in the first, second, and third classes. All the quizzes will be the same format. 5 multiple choice or short answer or true or false. Different question and different answer. So don't think that your colleague will have the same. It will be different. Even if he has the same question, it will be different answers. The second part will be also at either 1 or 2 questions. I didn't make my mind. I design it in OWL, but I don't make my decision yet. I'll make it after the class. It could be 1 or 2 questions that you have to answer. You need to type your answer first in Word, then copy and paste it to OWL. That's okay. For a drawing, if you have a drawing question that you need to draw or design a question, I will give you a permission to use pen and paper or pencil and paper, take a photo and upload it as attachment in the quiz. But answer like reasoning, pumping lemma, whatever, train yourself tonight that you can answer. There is an area in OWL that you can answer your question. And this is what I want you to know. The quiz also based on the department and Dr. Oda, who is the software engineering program director, that it should be under Turnitin. Turnitin will check if you copy and paste from a book or a website, it will be considered a plagiarism. So your answer should be genuine, your original answer, and based on your understanding. It's not that difficult, guys. You are not my enemies, you are my students. So I wish everybody will get the full mark. I never deal with my student in aggressive way in the quizzes and exam. You can ask about me. 5 years now I'm teaching at Western. as a TA or when I was a PhD student or after my PhD as an instructor. So I don't mind if all my class got A, and I will be happy. But at the same time, please answer from your understanding, answer the question based on your understanding, be straightforward, don't write a lot. I'm not the one who just measure how many inches you wrote and give you a mark. The quiz originally need 20 to 25 minutes as maximum to take a picture and upload it. Let's say 30 minutes. I'll give all students 1 hour. So all accommodation students, I receive many email. I mentioned that many times. Since I'm giving you for a 20 minutes quiz, 1 hour, so I give you 300% of the original required time for all students. So all those who need accommodation, I check the accommodation. We have 4 or 5 students for accommodation. The maximum one need 100%. You have another 100% extra. So all students who need accommodation, who need extra time than original students, if we have one-to-one and face-to-face, you can do it in the student center and the student support center, and they will give you the time, and I'll make for other students the original time. But to be fair, since with the due to pandemic, I understand all situation. I took all of these circumstances under my consideration. Even normal student with online, sometimes you will struggle, you will have the internet down. That's why I'm giving you 300% or like triple the required time. For all students will have 60 minutes to answer. Even if you finish in 20 minutes, you can submit your request. And it's not like one-way quiz. You can go and back between your questions. Once you have a final, decide to submit, you press submit, you will have a question, are you sure you want to submit? Then you can submit. After that, you cannot go back. Once you decide to submit. So the quiz is simple. Nothing new to you. Those who attend the lecture, watch the videos, see the class notes, see the handouts. I'm sure they should get at least 80% and above. So most probably the first 5 questions will be in a kind of multiple choice or true false. Some question you will have 4 answers, some you will have 3 answers, some you will have 2 answers. Choose the correct answer. And I'll not be strict, like choose the correct or the most correct. No. For this course, I never did it. I might do it for a programming course, but for computational theory or theory of computation, I never did that. So you will have 1 correct answer. But it could be all of the above, none of the above. It could be. But it's simple. So, as I told you, it could be 1 or 2 questions to answer. If I ask you about drawing in OWL, you can do it in a pen and paper, but you cannot like do it a pumping lemon, a pen and paper and upload it. No, you have to type it. With these simple, just you can find for this column what you can press shift and the button above enter in the keyboard. If you have a laptop, sometimes they are different. So you should find these simple, like the length of P and the length of XY to the power, how you can write it. You can do it. It's not that tough. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. As I mentioned before, it's not one-way quiz. So if you answer question 1, you cannot go back to it. No, you can back to it. when you cannot go back to your all questions once you press submit. And guys, I would not accept excuses, because sometimes the student do it. Oh, by mistake, I pressed submit. You have another message. Are you sure you want to submit? If you do it, that's it. You cannot go back. And I would not accept excuses. So don't do that. Don't press submit unless you make sure that you answer all your questions. And this is your answers. Then you can press submit.
Professor, I just have a question.
Okay.
Are the difficulties of the quiz tomorrow going to be the same difficulty of the assignments we have, like the questions?
No, for the assignment, I give you an extra time. For pumping lemma could be something similar. You have a question about pumping lemma. From now, I'm telling you. You will have a question about pumping lemma. To add another question for reasoning or some writing form, it could be. But the level of difficulty, for example, like regular expression, DFA and FA, it will not be like that long like the assignment. No, it would be shorter. Each question has a trick. You know, the simplest question in the world has a trick. But I'm telling you, those who attend all the classes, tutorials, watch, or if they didn't attend the classes, watch the videos, read the class notes, the handout, you should not have any problem. And always, to give you like a hint, always normally like a kind of encouragement to the course. My first quiz always simple. That's why I'm telling you, it's all my quizzes will not need from you more than 20 minutes. If I would be like too lenient, it would be 30 minutes for those students with accommodation. But I give you 1 hour. But guys, as I told you, keep your camera open, please. You can read from book, you can open another page. I will not block your browser. It's a kind of open book quiz. But don't copy and paste. Understand and answer. What about those of us who don't have a camera? You have a mobile phone, right? So you can join from your mobile phone, put your camera and work from your computer. I told you, I can have the option to block your browser, so you cannot open anything else. But for me, you know, it's a kind of a requirement to be a proctored assignment. And you know, I'm against this, what they call the proctor track. It's my personal, because some of their question, like they are in kind, show me the room, and it's not my right to ask you to do that. That's why I use Zoom. Open your camera, show me that you are the student, you are X, you are Y student who attend this quiz, and that's it. To be some kind of a proctor. But I don't accept, and the videos will be recorded, but will not be posted in the YouTube channel for privacy issues. Okay, guys, any objection about the video? So if you don't have camera on your laptop or on your computer or on your desktop, you can just join from your mobile. Join the Zoom from your mobile and answer in OWL. Again, the quiz will be in OWL. Join the OWL from your laptop, from your tablet, whatever. But it's better to have a computer or a laptop. It's easier for you to type simples and all of these things better than the tablet. But it's up to you. I'm not strict in those options. Should we expect the questions similar to those in the lectures? Yes. I'll not bring new science from the sky. So I'll not ask you to send a rocket to Mars planet. It is something that we discuss in the class. So guys, we'll be there a lecture tomorrow from 8:30 to 9:30. It's a good question, Ahmed. I plan to give a lecture, but since it's the first quiz, we will start at 9:30 for the quiz. No class from 8:30. I'll not make you like distributed, but quiz 2 and 3 and 4, there will be a class. Is that good, Ahmed? So tomorrow there is no class. Also, I'll put that in the announcement. We will just join the Zoom meeting, join like 9:20. So we can start the quiz on the right time at 9:30, because I don't want that some students maybe have other class at 10:30. So I don't want some delays. But next Thursday, we'll have our class start at 3:30. So we'll invest the tutorial time to recover today hour and tomorrow hour. So we recover those, because I don't want you guys to miss anything from the material, or to give you something very quick that you cannot understand. And sometimes you will struggle on those questions. I need everything to be clear for you. I don't want any student to have any kind of ambiguity in any topic of this course. Because, it's an abstract course. Sometimes it's boring, but we try to make it interesting as much as we can. And I make sure that all students understand what we are talking about and what the course all about. Because if I use it in a quick manner, I'm sure a lot of students will struggle in this course. So I never try to put my student in this situation. Always, I like my student to understand everything and because this is my job, to let you understand the course topics. Any other question, guys, before we leave? So I give you more time to study. Questions? Those who don't have a question, you can leave and go to study. As I told you again, 5 multiple choices or short answers, and a question or 2. One of the question will be pumping lemma. This is another hint. Drawing, I'm not thinking to bring. If I'll bring a drawing, it will be one of the multiple choice. So it will be drawn in front of you, or what is the drawing of this, A, B, or C, or D? Is that good? So I don't think the other question will be drawing. Yeah, I'll give you like a certain, if we have this language, prove that this language is not regular. Yeah, proof. Yeah, same as we took in the class and the example. And in the assignment, nothing new. But it could be different language or different thing. It could be the same, I don't know. But something will not take more than 5 minutes, even with typing, 5-6 minutes with typing. And the multiple choice 5 question will not take more than 5 minutes, I'm sure. And the other question 5 minutes, this is the 20 minutes, as maximum 30 minutes. Yeah, Yudi, about your question, like if we have a pumping lemma, you will have a space underneath the question. Underneath the question, so you will type your answer in owl. And don't copy and paste, please, because this will be considered as a cheat. Yeah, the total maximum will be 7 questions, 5 multiple choice, 1 or 2 typing questions. Proofs such as DFA have equivalent NFAs. No, I'll not go that hard. other question, guys? So guys, do your best because this quiz is 10%. Assignment 1 and 2, they are also each at 10%. So by next Monday, you have 30% of your course covered in these assessments. So it's not an easy portion of your total mark. So make sure you did well. Will it be the same Zoom link for the Friday class? Yes. Yeah, just to show me, just open your video. In the same Friday Zoom class, you can join at 9. I advise students to join around 9:20, 9:25 as maximum, so we can start at 9:30 sharp. And those students who can join after 9:30, they still can do the quiz, but no extra time will be given after 10:30. Clear, guys? Questions? If there is no more question, so we should stop recording and can we use examples to prove for pumping lemma? Thank you, Yassir. Have a good day, you too. Can we use example to prove for pumping lemma? What do you mean by examples? Like if you assume like I equal 2? Yeah, you can use it. Since I give you as a way of solution, use it. But there are some YouTubes or some instructor, they use like you can assume the value of P. This is not acceptable, but the value of I, yes, you can use. Any other question, or shall I? You are welcome, Arf. Or I can. Could you quickly go over difference between positive and negative? What do you mean positive and negative, Eric? You can open your mic and speak. What do you mean by your question?
Hi, sorry. It's part of question 3 on the first assignment. It gives us some expressions and asks us to give examples of positive and negative members, but I'm not sure what the difference between a positive and negative member is. I couldn't find any mention of it. I looked through the slides.
In assignment 1?
Yeah, it's assignment 1, question 3.
For each of the following, give 2 positive and 2 negative members for the language it generates. Oh, okay.
One of the examples in the tutorial just before this was asking for like examples of strings that like would or wouldn't be accepted by the language. Is that kind of the same thing as what this is asking? Like positive being acceptable and negative being not acceptable?
I can give you a hint. Like, what do we mean by negative members? Like the epsilon for the first one. Like one of the negative members, if you consider epsilon in the first one,
Right, that would be a negative. So that's like, as in like it doesn't, it's
yeah,
not acceptable.
yes,
Okay, so just two that are acceptable and two that aren't. Any examples of those
yeah.
is what it
Just
wants.
give me any two.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You are welcome.
Have a good day, sir.
Yep, you too. Yeah. She's there. Yeah, you are correct. So the negative, that something that are not acceptable. Yes. Like if you replace any symbol with epsilon, it could be one of the negatives.
Hi, Professor.
Alright,
If
thank
I had a question about something you did in class, like an example you ran in class, would this be a good time to do it, or should I do it during another time?
Mhm.
Is now an okay time? During the
Yeah, sure.
notes, something in
Yeah.
notes? In note 6, the last example, I think it's more of a complex one. I'm wondering if you could go over that.
In note 6.
Yeah, the one that you handwrite.
Mm.
The
Just
pumping
let
lemma
me
one.
open it.
Yeah.
Last note 6. The last one.
Yeah, the last one with O, where P is prime.
Yes. Okay.
Just wondering if you could go over that quickly.
This one, right?
Yeah, this one.
Okay. So we said, like, the language consists of the 0 to the power p. P is a prime number. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the prime number? You know the definition of the prime number,
Yeah.
which is any number which is only divisible by itself
Self and one.
or 1, which mean, like, given a q greater or equal to 0, choose w like O to the power r, where r is a prime and greater or equal q. Now, given a partition, if we have x, y, and z, you said each expression we should divide it to x, y, and z. X could be a 0, z 0 symbols, z could be 0 symbols, but y, no. And why we change the terms like t or y or whatever, the y we use it the same, because here we use the same p. Normally in all other question we consider that the length p, right? The pumping length. But we
Yes.
can use it as a q. We can, so here we use a q instead of p in other example. This example, I just want to show you that we can use the p as a symbol in the language, but we can use any different thing for the pumping length. Okay, so if we choose I equal r plus 1, we don't give a value of I, because in the previous example, we can use I equal 2 or I equal 1 or I equal 0, whatever. Here we use like symbols, we keep it unknown. So then x, y to the power I, z equal O to the power I to the power r plus I minus 1 in t, and this will be O to the power r plus rt, and this will be O to the power r1 plus t, which is not a prime. When you add 1 to any prime number, then it would not be a prime. So x y to the power I is not L to the power included in language 4. That's why language 4 is not regular. Did you get the point?
Yeah, I think the only part where I'm getting confused is the line where it says then x y to the power I z equals O R. I'm just wondering how those like are equated.
Yeah, because we said here the length of y equal t, right?
Yeah.
That's why we make it I minus 1 times t. We add it to the r, which means 1 plus t. And we said t could not be a 0.
Okay.
So once at least we will add 1 to the power. And once we add any one, like 7 is a prime number, right? If we add 1 to 7, it will be 8. It will not be a prime.
Yeah.
If we have 11, 11 is a prime number. If we add 1 to 11, it will be 12. So it would not be a prime.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, guys. Have a good day. See you tomorrow at 9:30.
Sorry, I also have one question.
Yeah.
Regarding that same question, like if I were to pick like I equals 2 and prove that that reaches a contradiction, is that also acceptable?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and
But
my
guys,
last
you know,
question.
in each example, I try different way to solve the question. So I can give you that the question has different way to answer, but all are correct, except those some instructor, they use assumption for P, which is the pumping length, but I'm not with that way. So P and the Q here in this example, leave it unknown, but for I, you can give assumptions.
Got it. Thank you. I also have one more question regarding assignment 1, question 6. I'm having trouble approaching this question. Like I tried several different ways, such as like finding if there's a regular pattern that exists in the divisors. But I always just keep hitting a roadblock. Is it possible to have a hint for that question?
Again, can you repeat that?
For assignment 1, question 6. It talks about like the length.
Okay, assignment 1, question 6. Okay, let us denote the length of string S. Construct a finite automaton and less than 3 dozen states that recognize the languages. Okay.
Right, so I'm just having trouble approaching the question as a whole. Like I just tried finding a regular pattern in all the divisors, but since we're worried about the length of S, and that could be anything, I just keep hitting roadblocks. Is it possible for a hint?
Okay, I'll give you a hint. First, you can observe 2 to the power 3, 3 to the power 2. Because you are looking about the greatest common divisor. If you don't understand the concept of greatest common divisor, you can click on it on the assignment. It will take you to a wiki page that will explain to you what do we mean. But as a first step in the solution, you can consider 2 to the power 3 or 3 to the power 2. Okay.
Okay.
This is your starting point.
Okay, thank you.
I cannot give you more than that.
I know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, have a good night. See you tomorrow morning. There is no class. We will start the quiz at 9:30 exactly. Please join 5 to 10 minutes before, so we have everything is great. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys. Zayed, do you have anything? Hello? Okay. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a good day. Bye.